What's up, everybody? It's Justin here again. Now, today I thought I'd take you all on a little hike with me, and while we're at it, let's just have a little chat. So most of you probably know by now that I'll be attempting my first ever thru hike of the Appalachian Trail next spring. So let's just consider this my official announcement for those who are maybe meeting me for the first time. Now, I know a lot of you probably have a ton of questions about my thru hiking plans, so I figured this would be a good time to answer some of them. So without further ado, let's just jump right into it. For starters, what even is the Appalachian Trail? Well, its full name is the Appalachian National Scenic Trail, and it's only the longest hiking-only footpath in the world, with a total length of approximately 2,193 miles. The AT, as it's more commonly referred to as, travels through 14 states as it follows along the peaks and valleys of the Appalachian mountain range, which stretches across the eastern United States. The southern terminus is atop Springer Mountain in Georgia's Amicalola Falls State Park, and the northern terminus sits atop Mount Katahdin in Maine's Baxter State Park. Something that I found interesting is that over 3 million unique visitors step foot on the AT every year. Now, out of those 3 million visitors, only a couple thousand are actually thru hikers. And to take it a bit further, only about 1 in 4 people who begin a thru hike actually complete it. So it just goes to show how rare this accomplishment really is, especially as a BIPOC person, because there are even fewer of us out on the trail every year. So why am I attempting a thru hike? It wasn't until about 3 or 4 years ago when I even took an interest in hiking, and around that time is when I first learned that the Appalachian Trail existed. Hearing stories of people who quit their jobs and took 6 months off from their lives to hike a trail was a completely foreign concept to me, but even still, I found myself intrigued, and I began wondering if this was something I could actually do. As the years have gone by and I've gained a little more experience, the idea of a thru hike has become even more appealing to me. At this stage in my life, this thing that I initially thought would be cool to do now feels more like something I need to do. When are you starting, and how long do you plan to be on trail? On average, thru hikers might spend anywhere from 4.5 to 7 months completing this trail, if they decide to do it as an end-to-end thru hike like I'll be doing. I do have a registered start date of February 20th, which is the day after my 30th birthday. But honestly, I don't have a projected time frame. I plan to hike at my own pace and just see what happens. Where are you starting, and will you be traveling north or south? So I'll be starting at the approach trail at Amicalola Falls State Park in Georgia and heading north to Maine. This will make me a northbound hiker, or NOBO for short. What about food? Obviously, I cannot and will not carry 5 to 6 months worth of food at one time, but one of the benefits about the AT is that the trail passes through small towns every 3 to 5 days or so. Basically, my plan is to carry just enough food to get me to the next town, where I'll be able to resupply. Am I going into this hike with a plan of miles per day? Not really. I've heard that it's recommended to start off slow and easy, regardless of how much experience you feel you have. So that's probably what I'll do. Stop when my body says stop, as opposed to trying to hit 15 to 20 mile days right off the bat. Once my trail legs develop, then that might be a different story. How much does a thru hike cost, and how am I affording this? Honest answer, thru hiking ain't cheap. From what I've researched, the average hiker will spend roughly $1,000 per month while on trail. That doesn't even include all the gear you have to buy beforehand, bills that still need to be paid back at home, as well as something to fall back on once your hike is over. Let me tell you, I've been struggling to save just the bare minimum for years now. We also won't get into the amount of swipes my credit card has seen as I stock up on the gear I'll need. But hey, There's nothing stopping me from getting to that trailhead next year. I'm prepared to do what I have to do at this point, and one way or another, I'm doing this. Tent or hammock? And do I plan to listen to music and or podcasts while on trail? I'm a tent guy, and as far as music goes, I've never really been one of those people who gets bored on backpacking trips. Then again, I've never backpacked for 5 months straight, so who knows? Maybe I'll take a cheap pair of headphones just in case, but I can't really say at this moment how much or how little I'll use them. How am I training for my hike, if at all? I'm not sure how exactly one trains for a 2,200-mile hike, but my strategy is to keep up the active lifestyle that I already lead. Between now and February 20th, I guess I'll be hiking as much as possible and just trying to stay in shape. But then there's the other side of the coin, right? The mental aspect, which tends to end most hikes more so than physical challenges. I'd actually say I've been mentally preparing since I learned of the AT 4 years ago. I've watched several other thru-hikers on their journeys, I've read books, and I actually think I'm pretty tough. At this point, I'd say I'm as prepared as I'm going to be. Is someone going with me? I've gotten this question a lot, and no, I'm doing this on my own. But because of the growing popularity of the AT, I'm sure I won't be alone for very long. But ultimately, this is something I'm doing for myself. I hope to learn new things about who I am and what I'm capable of. I hope to prove to myself that I'm all I need and that I'm worth it. So I'll be going it alone. What do I typically think about while on trail? What don't I think about? The choices I've made in life, my relationships, those that are still going strong and those that sadly came to an end. I think about what I want my life to look like moving forward. Who will I be? What can I provide for others? And how will I show up in this world? But most importantly, I think about what I'm going to eat when I'm done. Am I afraid, nervous, or anxious about anything? I wouldn't say I'm really afraid or anxious, honestly. I'm mostly excited, but I'm also aware of the potential dangers associated with life on trail. Things like ticks, rattlesnakes, and bears are definitely out there. Then there are electrical storms, hypothermia, and the very real possibility of injury to be mindful of. What I will say is I'm pretty confident in my ability to handle whatever the trail throws at me. What am I most excited for? I'm excited for it all. Just to be out there and to be fully present in this experience. I'm excited to get a trail name, finally, and to hopefully accomplish something that not many people even set out to do. I'm excited to find peace and healing and to maybe let go of some of the pain and baggage that I've been carrying. And lastly, I'm excited to feel truly free for once in my life. Hopefully, this will just be the beginning for me. I have a lot of big adventures in mind, and this is just one of them. So that's gonna wrap up this video. Thank you all for watching, and I hope I was able to answer most of your pressing questions. If there's anything else you'd like to know, feel free to drop it down in the comment box below. And yeah, stay tuned because there's more to come. But for now, that's gonna be it. So until next time, peace.